Hi, world. So, yesterday at work, here where I work, a delivery driver called me colored. Um, I'm not colored. I'm not a crayon in the Crayola box. I'm not a sheet of paper. I identify as black, yes, because I'm not African American. I cannot trace any portion of the African portion section of my bloodline anywhere. I know my people come from North Carolina. I know my people come from Arkansas. That's it. I can trace back my Cherokee, my Choctaw. I can trace my Irish. I know exactly where they all came from. But I'm not African. I've never been to Africa. I know for a fact the last 3 generations of my family on both sides never been to Africa. Don't know where they're from. Couldn't tell you at all. So when you're sitting out here and you're protesting and people are coming up and saying things to you, please remember to stay strong in mind, because those people are not. My intellect is what allowed me to handle a racist yesterday. It wasn't my anger, because he didn't understand that these things are not okay. And he was in his 60s. That's not an excuse. And I told him, and I asked him, what would do you abide by everything that your parents taught you? Do you think that everything they knew was right? And he said, oh, God, no. Well, then why would you think this was right? How would you feel? And he was like, how would I feel? Yes, how would you feel with what you called me? He's like, somebody called me colored? Yes, how would you feel? And he was baffled, silenced by that thought. So if you are out here and if you're a racist and you're fucking watching my fucking video, get the fuck off of my shit, first of all. But if you're watching this and you're trying to gain understanding, know that those words are not okay. It's unacceptable. I can't take the time to sit here and explain to you all the ways that these things are unacceptable, because I don't have enough time in the fucking day. That's why we're marching. That's why I have marched. That's why I have protested. This isn't the first protest. This isn't the only time. And protesting is not the only way you can help. You can write letters to your senator. You can write letters to your Congress people. You can write letters to your mayor. You can call them. Call their offices. Tell them how you feel. These people were elected by the people to be for the people. And right now, they're not displaying that they are for the people. A small percentage of these legislators are actually presenting themselves in public eye right now for you to say, okay, this is the person that I need to go to. This is the person that's going to represent me. You can't sit here and be silent. Silence never got you anything at all. They've been trying to keep us silent for centuries, not just years, not just 1 or 2 centuries. Thankfully, the internet exists to show what has been going on. I'm grateful that the world is standing with us right now. But this is not a fucking sticker. It's not a fucking hashtag. This is my pride. This is what helps my soul sing and my heart speak. So when you're out here and you're saying all these negative things, or you are feeling as though you cannot do anything, you can do everything in your power. It's about you taking that power you have in you to encourage others to gain their power. I'm not sitting here taking that lightly, the fact that I was called colored. No, I told him about himself. I called the company twice. I'm sending the company a letter because I found their response to be unacceptable. I was told that because these drivers are owner operators, that as a company, they can't do anything. And that I find that unacceptable, because you're allowing these drivers to come in and use you to get their work. Well, then they thus work for you. You should have a cultural initiative in place, something where cultural diversity and sensitivity training are in place. It should not be tolerated at all, ever, by anyone. And the thing is, like, people sit here and they cry. I can only cry because I'm so enraged. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm not crying because I'm depressed. I'm enraged. And I have this rage and have had it my entire life. And I find it interesting now that people come up to me and they're like, oh, Anita, like, you tried to tell me this back in the day and I wouldn't listen, and I never signed your petition and I regret that, and I never, came to your events and I regret that, and I wish I supported you more. Like, now that I'm here and I'm seeing it, that's all cool and I understand. But if you really feel as though you regretted that then, use your voice and take action now. Don't come to me as if I'm the one person in your life that made you feel as though you are black and your blackness matters. Your blackness always matters, no matter what shade you are. Always. I have family members that look nothing like me. They have green eyes and blonde hair, and they're black. I love that my black comes out in different shades. It's amazing. We're the only race that comes out with different textures, different eye colors. My nieces and my nephews are all gorgeous. My brothers and my sister were all gorgeous. We're all different shades. It's amazing. So when you go out and you're like, oh, I remember back in the day, like, I saw this thing. Don't think about back in the day, because that was in the past. That's done. That's over with. You can't go back. As much as we would like to, you cannot go back. You have to move forward. So the best way to do that is taking your power that you have. You have power. Take that power and use it. Whether you want to tweet the president every day or whatever it is, whatever you can do to bring light to these issues is what you need to do. Don't look to other people to do it for you. This is something where you, the individual, needs to take the initiative. And I am a huge I encourage letters. Write letters. Make art. Make things that provoke thought. Create things that provoke change. The thought of change, the idea of change. Provoke that idea and that mindset. Because a lot of people don't know how to think about it. And if you're someone that's able to explain how to begin to have those discussions, you're taking a step in the right direction. But if you're an individual sitting at home or you're in your office with the pandemic and everything, everybody's locked down, you're still at home, you're scared to go out, but you're bored, use that as fuel. Use your words to take this to the next level. Like, these protests weren't just happening yesterday and the day before and last week. No, this has been going on for years. COINTELPRO, years. This isn't just yesterday. I want you to understand that, whoever is watching. This didn't start yesterday. But you can start right now. That's my piece.